Yo, what's good, basketball heads? It's your boy Crush. So here goes LeBron James and Anthony Davis saying they believe they could compete for a championship. I don't know what they're seeing. I haven't seen anything this season and the previous season that said otherwise. So whatever they're seeing, I'm not seeing. I'm Stevie Wonder. I'm Ray Charles. I'm not seeing. They just beat the Celtics last night. They blew them off the court. I'll give them a hand for that. Even though the Celtics played a back-to-back game, they came off a back-to-back, and they played 5 games in 7 days. 5 games in a week. So the Celtics, they were already exhausted, and you could see it. But I digress. But these dudes talking about they believe they could compete in the Wild Wild West. I haven't seen anything from the Lakers or LeBron and AD that said, oh, they could compete. If I'm not mistaken, isn't this the same team from last season? Granted, they add a few pieces, but I'm saying the stars are the same. LeBron, Anthony Davis, and currently the third option, Austin Reeves. It's the same exact team. I'm saying all that to say they can't get it done because the stars just can't get it done. That's what I'm saying basically. LeBron and AD can't get it done. Every time the playoff comes around, they can't get it done. AD goes up against Joker or any formidable big man, and he crumbles. We all know AD, he's soft, and he can't handle physicality. So whenever he meets Joker, he gets destroyed. Whenever he meets Embiid, Giannis, he gets destroyed. And LeBron, we have seen in the playoffs, he's not clutch. He's not clutch. AD's not clutch. In crunch time, the fourth quarter, game on the line, bring it home, LeBron. Bring it home, AD. They can't do it. Not in the playoff. Matter of fact, this season they have the worst fourth quarter net rating in the entire NBA. In the entire association. They have the worst fourth quarter net rating. And they've never been good at closing games. Late in the fourth, late game situation, we got to win the game. They can't do it. So the fact they believe they could contend against who? The Thunders? Nope, sorry. The Rockets? It's a 50-50. They're young, inexperienced. So the fact the Lakers have more experience, a ton of experience with LeBron and AD. So that's a 50-50. The Mavericks? Nope, not happening. They are young, not insanely young, but they are young but old enough, and they have experience. Luka have been to the playoffs so many times. Kyrie, they just came off the NBA Finals last season. So the Mavericks, no. The Nuggets, that's a no. The Joker and the Nuggets, they are LeBron and AD's daddy. Every season, they own the Lakers, so that's a no-go. They're not beating Denver. I don't care what they want to do. I don't care what your beliefs are. In your mind, you could say whatever you want to say. You could think whatever you want to believe or think. The Lakers are not beating Denver. The Lakers are not beating the Mavericks. Not with a healthy Kyrie and Luka. No, it's not happening. Thunders, no, it's not happening. They're a young team, but they got a few years of experience from the playoff and losing. And they're young. They could run the Lakers off the court, basically. They could run them out the gym because they're so young. So those 3 teams is a no-go. The Suns, it's a 50-50. Throughout the past 2-3 seasons, LeBron owned Kevin Durant. I ain't gonna lie. LeBron have owned Kevin Durant in the regular season, so that's a toss-up. It's a 50-50. The Grizzlies, I don't know. I say that's like a 60-40 in favor of the Grizzlies because Ja Morant is focused. He's no longer trying to be in the streets. Or at least we're not hearing news or seeing him do dumb stuff. So he's focused on basketball. And the Grizzlies, they are third in the West. A focused Grizzlies, a focused team, I don't think the Lakers are going to beat them. Not if they're focused. Like the team is actually focused. So the Grizzlies, I say 60-40, more leaning toward the Grizzlies. I mean, yes, LeBron, AD, they have the experience, but I don't know. I just feel like the Grizzlies would beat them if Ja Morant is focused, Triple J is focused, and the team is focused. Bane, everybody's focused. I feel like they could take the Lakers down. The Clippers, If Kawhi is healthy and James Harden is focused and doing what he needs to, and Norman Powell, they will beat the Lakers. That's for sure. So far I have named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have named 5 teams that I am confident could beat the Lakers in the playoffs. The fact that they feel like they could contend, I'm not saying you shouldn't feel like that. You have to have a strong mentality. So I'm not saying they should feel like, oh, we can't contend. No, but if you want to be realistic, I don't think they can. Against who? Oh, the Timberwolves. I forgot about the Timberwolves. If they're focused, no, the Lakers are not beating the Timberwolves. Who's going to guard Ant-Man? Who? And they have a really good team. Who's going to guard Randolph? Who? Even though the Timberwolves, they're not doing so good, they're in the 8th seed. Your record don't always tell the full story. And in the Timberwolves case, that's the situation. They just got Randall. They're trying to implement him into the team with Ant-Man. This year haven't been so good for them. But in the playoffs, do I feel like the Lakers could beat the Timberwolves? Nah. So add them to the list. That's 6 teams right there. 6 teams that I feel like the Lakers can't beat in the playoffs. So who we got? Okay, we have the Warriors as well. Let's not forget about Golden State. They're experienced just like the Lakers are. We have Stephen Curry, Draymond. They need a few more pieces, but can they beat the Lakers in the playoff? Sure they can. It's a 50-50. I would lead more toward the Lakers because of size. They have AD, LeBron, and they have a lot of big players, at each position. So I would lean more toward the Lakers, but that's a 50-50. So you have the Kings, the Warriors. The Lakers could beat both those teams. It's a 50-50 between the Warriors, the Kings, the Lakers. They could beat them for sure. This season, the Kings just haven't been so good against LeBron and AD and them boys. So I would lean more toward the Lakers, but I'm looking at the list, man, the seeding, and it's like the only teams I confidently feel like the Lakers could beat are the Rockets, the Kings. That's about it, really. The Grizzlies, the Suns, the Warriors, that's like a 50-50. Between all 3 of those teams, it's a 50-50. And the teams that they definitely can't beat are the Thunders, the Nuggets, Clippers, Mavericks, Timberwolves. So when you look at all that, I don't see the Lakers getting out of the West. I know LeBron and AD feel like we could compete, and that's good. You're supposed to feel like that. But realistically, man, I'm looking at the seedings and the teams, and it's just not looking good for the Lakers. Another failed season. I'm calling it right now. Another failed season. And why is that? Because the stars on the team, I know they're always scapegoating the role players, the bench players. Oh, we need better pieces. And that's always a story in the narrative. Every time the team fails, it's always on the coaches and the bench players, the role players. I don't get it. Every single time. Nobody says, you know what, LeBron is just not good enough. AD, he's not good enough. And that's the real issue. The stars ain't starring in the playoff when you need to. When you need to elevate your game, you need to win game in crunch time. It's the playoff. A lot of games is going to go down to the wire. A lot of games you have to win in the 4th quarter in crunch time during, in the playoffs. It's not like the regular season. There won't be a lot of blowouts. Here, there, but not so often. So you have to win these games by closing out in the 4th quarter. And LeBron is unable to do that. AD is unable to do that. Hence why they haven't won since the bubble chip. That's the reason why. It ain't because the team ain't good enough, all these lame excuses. They've been saying the teams are not good enough for 5 seasons now. After the bubble, they traded everybody after winning the bubble chip. Things fell apart, and all we ever hear is, the team is not good enough. LeBron needs more help. We need to get more pieces. And this is the narrative every season. Moving forward, every season, the team is not good enough. So my question is, when will the team ever be good enough? Do we need to bring LeBron the Monster from Space Jams? Is that what he needs? When will the team ever be good enough? He brought over Russ. They scapegoated him. They brought D'Lo back. He scapegoated him. They had, they had Montrezl Harrell at one point. Where is he now? Overseas somewhere. They got Kendrick Nunn from the Miami Heat. He wasn't a bad player. Where is he now? Overseas somewhere. I mean, how much help do you need to give LeBron? The fact of the matter is, he was never a clutch player. He's not. And now he's older. He can't close. And AD's the same. They can't close games. It's not on the role players, man. It's on the stars. Your stars aren't good enough. And that's the reason why the Lakers are not winning any more chips. Not with LeBron in that uniform. You could dream all you want to dream. You could dream until you can't dream anymore. Doesn't matter. They're not winning any more championships. I don't get the hold up. Just start rebuilding, man. Move forward. LeBron, we appreciate your service. You gave us a bubble chip. You gave us our 17th chip, even though it was a bubble chip. Thank you, LeBron. AD, we appreciate your services and keep it moving. That's how I see it. If you want to keep AD because he's still young, he's only 30, 31, then cool. But there's no point, man. There's no point. It's like doing the same thing over and over and over. It's insanity. They're not winning. And the West is better than ever right now, currently. And majority of the teams, they're young. They're youthful, very young. Do you know how hard it is to beat a team that's young? Because they have a lot of energy. They could run you off the court, run up and down the court, wear you down. They're young. And majority of the teams right now on the West, they're all youngsters, man. You could look at the list. They're all young. So I don't know what the Lakers are going to do. They could believe what they want to believe. And I am not saying you shouldn't be confident once again. But if we're going to be realistic about it, they can't win. I'm sorry. The only path is injury. If other teams get injured, and I wouldn't want to see that, but that's the only way. But if everybody is healthy at playoff time, it's not happening. And I know Rob Pelinka, the front office, they're doing their due diligence to see what's out there, what they could acquire to bolster the roster. And I know they want to get a center, to help back up AD, and they need another big man, or they're trying to get another big man. So I know they're still trying to make moves to improve the roster. But like I said, man, as long as you have LeBron and AD, it's the same story, because in the playoffs, it comes down to the main characters, man, the stars. Your stars got to lead and carry. And we have seen in 2-3 seasons, LeBron and AD can't get it done when you need them to. We have seen that. They could have won 2 seasons ago under Darvin Ham's coaching. They made the Western Conference Finals, right? But guess what? AD got dogged in the playoff when he went up against Joker. And LeBron was a turnover machine, and the rest is history. Last season versus Denver, same story. They led every game in the first half. They outplayed Denver in the first half, but guess what? Denver knows how to close games, so the Lakers end up losing the series. And that's the issue. They're not a good fourth quarter team. Your stars are not clutch, which means another failed season. But we are going to see what happened, the trade deadlines, who they are able to acquire to add to the team, and the playoffs. Will this year's playoff be any different than the previous? I don't think so, but you know what? I'm going to wait and see. But as always, I'll holla. As always, we just talking basketball. Hit the subscribe button, like, comment, share. Holla at your boy. It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game. I'ma say it. It's all about the game.